Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the show. We are here for, once again, another card in Dublin, Ireland. We're talking about Bellator, the Europe Series 4. The Europe Series 4. I hope you got that. The first of the high-profile fights we are going to talk about is literally, in my opinion, the biggest high-profile fight of the card. That's even including the main event. But we're talking about Richard Kiely, I don't know, from Dublin, Ireland, out of the SBG camp. And he is going up against the biggest phenom that Bellator had up until this point. We're talking about the return of Michael Venom Page. Michael Venom Page was undefeated his whole career until he came up in his last bout in the welterweight Grand Prix where he faced off against Douglas Lima and got his head punched off of his shoulders and knocked out into oblivion. But he is looking to get back into the win column, and a big win in Richard Kiely's home turf is going to be absolutely phenomenal for him and really to get him back on track. Richard Kiely, although a small MMA record, he is no slouch to combat sports. He is a very well-seasoned vet in the art of kickboxing, and of course having 4 fights on his MMA record as well, he's kind of had some there too. But this is the fight where Michael Venom Page could really get back to his comfortable self, I hope. Richard Kiely is going to be very barbaric and aggressive in this fight, so I do think you should be wary of that. I don't think Michael Venom Page should change as a fighter, necessarily change his style. He just kind of got a little bit too cocky. He pushed it one too many steps against Douglas Lima, and that led to his demise and obviously his crucifixion, as we saw, which I don't want to be reminded of because I'm a huge Michael Venom Page fan. Now, Richard Kiely hasn't fought a caliber even close to the style of Michael Venom Page, but that could mean 2 things. It could mean a very good thing because he's not going to be scared and he's going to go in there swinging, and if Michael Venom Page isn't ready, he's going to catch him and put his lights out. But in my opinion, what that means to him is he's going to go in there so sloppy against such a very technical fighter in Michael Venom Page that he's going to leave himself exposed at some point in time. He's going to get over emotional and make one too many minor errors in his approach to this fight, and he's going to get caught by something devastating against Michael Venom Page. And I do think this is happening in the first round. I just think Richard Kiely doesn't have enough experience, especially facing these high caliber fighters, and Michael Venom Page is too hungry and too invested as being one of the world's greatest fighters of all time, and I really think he could do that. So this is the fight to really get him back on the page, and especially one of those fights that obviously on paper he should win, so hopefully he does take those steps to make sure it happens. Round 1 knockout for Michael Venom Page. Now, the main event is also another spectacular fight with obviously the hometown favorite, the hometown hero, also out of the SBG camp. We're talking about James Gallagher. And he's going up against longtime vet and previous UFC vet, Roman Salazar. Now, James Gallagher had an amazing start to his Bellator career, and it's still going amazing now, but it came up real short. He got one too many steps too cocky when he fought Ricky Bandejas and got head kicked and knocked out, thank God. But since then, he has rebounded. He's rebounded fantastic with 1 finish and 1 decision in his Bellator career. He found his groove, and now he gets to fight on home soil, which could be very problematic for a guy like Roman Salazar, who's always been back and forth in his career, has never really had a steady, long-time win streak, and never really fought a high caliber name, but yet he's had such trouble in his MMA career, which is why he got released in the UFC, and which is why he can never find like a home in a big MMA stage, because he's always bouncing around in these B division stages, in my opinion, no disrespect, and kind of like a 500 par fighter. I think this is really big. I think this fight kind of sucks, to be honest, and it's a really big mismatch because James Gallagher is a long-time seasoned vet, and it's on his home turf, and you're letting him fight Roman Salazar. Now, I know Roman Salazar took this fight on short notice because James Gallagher's original opponent had to pull out, and maybe, I don't know behind the scenes, but maybe Roman was the only one to accept the fight, and if that's the case, I get it, and the show must still go on. But if there was other challengers in the wing that you could have called up, it would have made much more sense. But I think they're just trying to paint James Gallagher to once again to be the notorious Conor McGregor of the Bellator world and get him that easy W, because that's exactly what I think it's going to be. Roman Salazar has got a punching chance. Roman Salazar has got a puncher's chance just like really any MMA fighter does, and that's what he's going to try to utilize and close the gap. But I think James Gallagher has learned from his mistake once upon a time from Ricky Bandejas, and I think he's not going to be as sloppy. He's very long and very technical with his strikes, even though I'm not a huge fan. This fight is going to stay standing, I truly believe, but if Roman Salazar wants to take any pointers from anybody or anything of logic, he should try to take him down to the ground right away. That's his keys to victory, in my opinion, and try to get that ground and pound or maybe sneak in a submission. But I think James Gallagher is just too crafty, and he's going to finish this on his feet in round 1 as well, in front of the home crowd in Dublin, Ireland, and that's what I believe. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for this series that I have for the fights that are happening in Dublin, Ireland this weekend. It's going to be an absolute banger. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Fights that are absolutely free and on the DAZN network. Of course, like and subscribe, comment, both positive, negative, doesn't matter. Let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to see you in a short minute because we got more fights. Peace.